Hey everybody, it's Marshmallow here. This is my Girl Meets World Season 3 Episode 2 review and rundown, Girl Meets High School Part 2. We're going to be reviewing this episode. What happened? I loved the Season 3 premiere of Part 1. Part 2 disappointed me. I mean, it was kind of, well, it didn't totally disappoint me. Like, I'm not going to rant about it, but it was kind of like, really? You're going to have this Part 1 be so great, and then it's going to come back to Part 2? Really? I don't even know. It was kind of weird to me. So, let's talk about this episode. So we're going to talk about the main story. Actually, you know what? Let's talk about what I hated about the episode first and get that out of the way so we can talk about the good stuff. So what I hated about this episode was the whole Ava storyline. They did so great with that in the first episode with Part 1. I loved it so much. They had that great moment with Maya and Ava. It was amazing. And then they get to this episode, it's like, come on, Scruffles! What? It was like I'm watching like a second grade play. It was like, what? No. This ain't no TV quality. This ain't no Disney Channel quality. Give me something better. This ain't no Girl Meets World quality. It's like when Auggie came in and he's like, I'm gonna give you this totally great secret. Scruffles! And I'm like, oh my gosh, no. Auggie and Topanga and the whole Ava storyline was so good last week, and I loved every single actor in there last week. And then they go to Scruffles! Like, no, I hated that. It was so awful. I mean, it just made me kind of want to go barf, and then it was just that bad. I did not like it. It was not good, but I feel like they can rebound from it because they kind of had some good moments, like in the end where they're like, this is a real world thing, it's a real world problem. Ava, you're gonna get over this in the real world and all that, it's gonna be okay. That was some good stuff in there, but then they do the whole, imaginary dog, what? No, that doesn't make sense. And it was kind of, stuffed in here. It was kind of, not even, not stuffed in stuffed out of time, stuffed as in it was kind of just there, you know what I mean? It was kind of just put there. It didn't feel written, with care, or the main story of this episode. The main story was really good this episode, and I liked it, and this just kind of felt plopped down. I did not like it. I did not like the Ava storyline whatsoever in this episode. That's a 0 out of 10 for me for that storyline, because it was just and it's not because it was so bad. It's just, even though it was, it's not because it was so bad. It was just because they had this great thing in the first episode and then they dropped it. That's what made me hate it so much, is that they just had this huge awesome moment that was so powerful in the first episode. Go watch my review, and then they just drop it in this, and it just did not feel great. It felt bad. So that's my complaint against this episode. But let's talk about the rest. I liked the rest of the episode. It was really great. Now, another thing that I didn't particularly love about this episode, but I still kind of enjoyed, was Ashley Argata, Luke Benward, and that other actress. Still don't know her name, but that's okay. Those 3 seniors. Get rid of them. Cut them out of the show. I feel like this is the last episode they're going to be in, which is good. I don't want them in here. When, I think it was Ashley who's if you ever need anything, come to us. And I'm like, no, don't go to them. Just cut them out of the show completely. I like them in this episode. I like them a lot in this episode. They're really great, but there's better stuff we can talk about. There's better characters we can introduce. There's better people we can bring back. There's more stuff we can do rather than this, right? I mean, I was kind of like, oh, well, the seniors taught them a lesson. They brought it full circle. Cut them out of the show. No more of them. Because I feel like they were going in that direction. I don't know if the writers want to bring them back more. I would say no, because that's kind of really? They're kind of shoehorned in here. Last week, I hated when they were we've been at the bakery all this time, and you didn't know because you were in your own little world. And I was like, no. So this episode, it was kind of they were kind of forcing the idea, and then they brought it full circle, so I liked that. But just cut them out of the show. I don't want to see them anymore. But it was great to have them. I do like how Maya and Riley kind of felt or I guess Riley felt it was bad for her to not join her friends and leave and explore high school. And then for Lucas and the others, it was kind of sad for them because they didn't stay with Maya and Riley. So I like how they kind of did that storyline and brought it together. There were 2 different perspectives brought together, so I do like that as well. Corey also helped that in the classroom, helped bring that full circle as well. But it was the icing on the cherry on top when the seniors were like, hey, we put you in this hole because this happened to us. We branched out, we lost our friends, so we put you in here to help you. And I like that. And then I like at the end where Lucas is you mess with our minds, and he's like, yep, and he's like, thank you, and you're like, you're welcome. I like that as well. That was a good scene. So I didn't particularly love the seniors in this episode, but I did enjoy them. But I would have to say cut them out of the show now, because I feel like any more of them cameoing would kind of ruin it. So I just want to say, shove them aside, don't bring them back. But I didn't hate it, right? I didn't hate it as much as the Aya storyline. But anyway, let's go to the good stuff, like the great stuff. I love when Lucas and Zay are going to the football team and they just get trampled. Like, they're just like destroyed and massacred, because that's the theme of this episode, is massacre. So I love that happened as well. The one thing I also didn't particularly love either is when Smackle and Farkle go into the science people, so the geniuses, and they're like, hey, we're the best, we're gonna solve this, and then like the guy is like, I cloned myself, and he's like, I built her, and she just like takes off her like face. I was like, what the heck? Did Girl Meets World go all like genius decom on us? Like, what? Like, that was kind of weird. And what is this, Pixel Perfect? Like, why is Disney Channel doing all this sci-fi stuff? And especially in Girl Meets World, it was kind of creepy when he just like pulled off the mask. And I was like, that's kind of unrealistic. And Girl Meets World is a very realistic show. Sometimes. I mean, they also have the ghosts from the Halloween episode. That wasn't really realistic. But Girl Meets World is in the connected universe of Disney Channel, so if you have sidekicks, wizards, vampires, werewolves, like if you have all these different creatures and like powerful beings, I guess you can have ghosts and robots too. I don't know. But overall, it didn't bother me. But it was really nice to see like Farkle and Smackle and Zay and Lucas kind of like fall out of their element. And again, the theme of this episode and last week's episode is that they were kings. Now they're not, because they moved up and there are people stronger, smarter, better than them, and they're gonna have to deal with that. So that's really cool too. So overall, I like this episode. I think it's a great episode, but there was just things in it that were horrible, like the Ava storyline. Then there are things that are okay, like the whole sci-fi, and then like the seniors. So it was a good episode, but I just want to see them carry that Ava storyline like they did last week, and not like in this with Scruffles. Like no, don't even go there anymore. But overall, it was a good episode. So what did you guys think? Comment down below. Did you guys like this episode of Girl Meets World? And are you looking forward to the rest of the season? Because I am. I want to see some love triangle stuff. I did like how also I didn't talk about this. I do love how the seniors were like the love triangle between the seniors, you know? So like kind of like shadowing the others, the Maya, Riley, and Lucas love triangle. That was great too. So what did you guys think? Are you looking forward to all that? The love triangle between Maya, Riley, and Lucas? Are you looking forward to more, Farkle and Smackle? Are you looking forward to Zay? Like, what are you guys looking forward to? Comment down below. And what you guys think of the review. And if you guys liked it, then give it a like. Also, links in there to my Twitter, Instagram, Vine, vlog channel, and game channel. Links up there to my other Girl Meets World videos. Other than that, like after this video, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.